Shalom, how about Shem Shabbat What's going on out of one?
Hey, Shalom, Yahweh Shalom, Yahweh Shabbat Rakatah. What's going on, Aki?
Doing good, sir.
Most High in Christ. I'm getting a little feedback. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
All right, let me turn it down just a little bit on my end.
I'll
What
be right
about
back,
now?
sir. I'll be right back.
No sweat, no sweat. Hey, Shalom, Israel, Yahweh Shalom, Yahweh Shah Barakathum, Yahweh Shema Ilathan Shalom, Yahweh Shah. It's preaching officer 1,000 Barak Hamah. You understand? And preaching officer 500s of Bakara. You understand? Coming at you from ISUPK, Mississippi, ready to lay down a heavy class tonight. Of course, we want to talk about the history of our captivity, the history of how we ended up losing our culture, how we ended up losing our language, how do we end up losing any and everything that had to do with Israel. Tonight, that's what we want to tap into. So y'all go ahead and tap in. You understand? Big up Sharara, what's going on, sis? How you feeling?
Go on, sis.
You know what I'm saying? Everybody go ahead and tap in, put your registry in. You understand? And we're gonna go ahead and get started with this class. Hold on 1 second. Give me 1 minute. All right, Salaki about that. And Salaki about my headpiece. All Salaki about that. All right, but if we could, Zabakara, how you been feeling? You all right, brother?
I'm doing good, sir. How about yourself?
Man, I can't call it, man. One thing I know for sure is that we all in the struggle, we all in the fight, and we all trying to get back to Israel. We all trying to get back home. We all trying to get back to the Lord and trying to get back to Christ. You understand? That's one thing I know for certain. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about too much more. I might not know about tomorrow, hell, or next week or nothing else, but I do know that we in this fight and we gonna stay in this fight. Hey, if I could, did you want to start out by pulling in the scriptures? You got anything you want to pull out just to begin the class with?
Yeah, cause I make sir. I know we talking about the captivity of Israel. You know what I'm saying. It's like we're gonna talk about the captivity of Israel. Now I want to go into the book of Exodus, the first chapter.
Exodus, the first chapter.
Come on.
All right, bet. Hey, man, I see your read the scriptures real fast. I'll get that scripture for you. Just give me 2 seconds.
Okay.
Then I'm gonna slide it back to you.
Sir, my camera it ain't dim then like that, ain't it? Can you see me
Say
pretty good?
again.
Is my lighting pretty dim? Is my lighting dim in here?
Nah, it's not dim. I don't think it's dim. If anything, it might be a little bit blurry.
Let me turn it 1 second.
I think it's water though, the water.
Okay.
Hey, what was that scripture you said? Exodus what?
Uh, Exodus 1 and 8.
1 and 8.
Come.
All right, Most High in Christ. You want me to start there? Where you want me to read to?
Won't read to verse 11.
We're gonna read until 11. All right, no sweat, but I know you're gonna break it down in between, and I'm with it. I'm with it. But let's go ahead and get started. You ready for it?
Come.
All right, Most High in Christ. Now there arose up a new king over Egypt, which knew not Joseph.
Right. Okay, we're saying it was a new king. Like I said, the first Pharaoh, he knew Joseph because, like I said, he was Joseph was second in command up under the first Pharaoh. Then like after Joseph, Joseph died, this other king rose over Egypt. He knew not Joseph, you know what I'm saying? Because the first king knew him, and like this king here didn't know him. So keep reading, sir. Baruch Sean.
All right, that's what coming. And he said unto his people, Behold, the people of the children of Israel are more and mightier than we.
Right, because this king, this king, he knew not Joseph. Then he was worried because he didn't know the children either. He thinking we were gonna be we were more like more powerful and more mighty than we were because like
Right.
we grew in numbers. Like I said, we grew in numbers, and so he didn't know it. But keep reading. Go to verse 10. So,
Verse 10,
come.
come. It says, Come on, let us deal wisely with them, lest they multiply. And it come to pass that when there falleth out any war, they also join unto our enemies and fight against us, and so give them up out of the land.
Right. So like I said, he said we're gonna deal why we're gonna deal like why we're gonna deal like smooth or cunning with them, cause like I said, the Egyptian so like the Egyptian they had wars with other nations too, with their and they was like,
Right.
if the children of Israel get more, they grow more mighty, we having more children, and it'd be like, they'll join these other peoples though. They'll join like the other Hamite, that surround they be going to war with. So like they wanted to deal, they wanted to come deal wisely with us because they were gonna be scared. Like I said, we were gonna turn against them. So and see here then they might go and like they'll put them out. They'll go to war against them. Then they'll they might lose the battle because we growing in numbers though. But go to verse 11, sir.
Come. Therefore, they did set over them taskmasters
Sorry right there.
to
Taskmaster, that means like a day. You know, though I said that's why America it take on the customs of Egypt. You know what I'm saying? Because taskmaster it's just like a supervisor, though. It's your job, like a supervisor, a manager, or something like that. That was a taskmaster. The modern day taskmaster would be like, like I said, like a supervisor, something like that. But keep reading, sir.
right,
Bump the show.
to afflict them with their burdens.
Right, to afflict them with their burdens, just like with the so-called oppressors do to us today on these jobs. They afflict us, and they want like we the last high first fire though. That was a taskmaster. Like I said, Egyptian, America took on the custom of Egypt. Because like I said, the Americans today know that that the Egyptians had the children of Israel in captivity. But keep reading, sir.
And they built for Pharaoh treasure cities, Pithom and Ramses.
Right. Like we built treasure cities for they put hard abundance on the children of Israel because they were scared that we were going, like I said in the other verse, that we were going to go, they were going to go against us and join their enemies and fight against them. You know what I'm saying? Because the Egyptians had all these riches and stuff. Then after they put us in hard bondage. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, it's the same thing how they do us today. You know how they done us during slavery. It's the same thing, like I said, how the Americans, took on the Egyptian custom to put the children of Israel in captivity.
Right.
So that what I was gonna read about that right there. But you can pull out something sir you want to. But
Now, Con, you right
I'm
on
in.
point. If I could, I just wanted to touch on this, what you just already brought out, because this is actually the beginning of the hell for us.
Right.
You
Come on,
understand?
come.
Like, the Most High, what I'm saying, he gave the brother Jacob 12 sons that grew into an innumerable multitude. You
Right.
understand? This is something that when they looked up, we came in with 70 people. And when
Right.
we came out, we had over 600,000 men that could go to war.
Right.
You understand? That's not including the men that couldn't, the old, the elderly, the children. You understand? All the women and all of these things. It didn't include none of that, the babies, etc.
Right.
So one thing that we got to see is that we had a certain kind of culture, right? When we first come in, we
Right.
know for sure that our ancestor Jacob or Israel or Yasha'Allah in the Hebrew, he spoke Hebrew. We know that for sure.
Right.
You understand? We know that He had a way of dressing. We know that he was eating certain foods. We know that Jacob wasn't eating pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster or none of that because Noah had the laws. He could differentiate between what clean and unclean is. We know that Adam had the laws. You understand? Because Adam was the one that first of all set this whole thing off. But
Come.
one thing that a lot of people, you understand, one thing that we knew that we always end up having issues with is when we start mingling and mixing with these other nations.
Right.
We start to lose touch of who we are as a people. You understand? That's the same thing that happens today. When we come up the way that we come up in America, right? Black people damn near don't have a culture anymore. Our culture is the so-called oppressors culture. Our
Right.
culture is we do the same things that they do. You understand? We rob, steal, kill. We eat the foods that they eat. We live the lives that they live. We want the same things that we want. The scriptures tell us not to be envious of the oppressor, but that is exactly what blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians have done in every kingdom that we've been in.
Right.
The reason why we have languages like the Assyrian Hebrew is because, excuse me, is because of our assimilation into the culture of the Assyrians. You
Right.
feel what I'm saying? Like the reason why blacks don't necessarily have a language now is because we even took on the English language. It was more so forced on us. But even still, now that we are starting to wake up, we can tell that our people are still rejecting the original culture that we come from. They want to have the oppressor's culture
Right.
because the oppressor's culture is more free. You feel what I'm saying? The oppressor's culture don't put a lot of pressure on you to tell you what you can and can't do. Their culture is more so wake up and live your life.
Right.
What is it, Aleister Crowley? Crowley or whatever the white man's name is. He's the one that said, "Do what thou wilt." You understand what I'm saying? Do whatever you want to do, whatever makes you happy. And that's why America is crumbling today because everybody can do whatever they want, whenever they want, however they want, and they're not even supposed to expect consequences. When they say defund the police and all these kind of things, this is just straight up and down for the wicked man to be able to do whatever the hell he want to do.
Right.
Now, I ain't saying the police give law and order in this country because hell, they treating us bad. You understand? But at the same time, this so-called oppressor of ours, he really don't want no rules. He really don't want no one to control him. Give me 1 second.
Come.
But nah, that's definitely, you know what I'm saying? That's really what it is. So like when this is one thing that we saw when we were dealing with those so-called Egyptians. You understand? Like they were saying, they were fighting the Nubians, they had the Ethiopians, all kind of other nations that were gonna come up against them, you understand, from the east and from the west of them. But at the same time, we were in that land. That would be the same way we are in America today. We
Right.
don't have to worry about them saying to us now that we should try to get them up out of the land because we are fully assimilated. We fight in their wars. We work in their grocery stores. We, you understand, we buy their houses. We date their children. We do the whole nine with these people. You understand? We
Right.
don't have a language and a culture of our own. So even before we started to get our own culture, they were trying to destroy it.
Right.
They were trying to spiritually destroy it
Right.
when we could have had all of our own things, but instead they wanted to get rid of us. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what the problem was. And us not wanting to be the people that got rid of, when you read further on in the story in Exodus, we wanted to stay in Egypt because we loved their culture so much.
Right.
We love those Egyptian daughters so much.
Right.
We love that Egyptian food that I remember Commanding General Yohana brought it out that the Egyptians used to get high off the lotus plant.
Yeah, I remember that.
You understand? They used to get pissy drunk off of all kinds of wine and beer. You understand? They used to have what was the priestess inside of the temples were nothing more than prostitutes. They were high paid prostitutes.
Right.
These were all the things that we were dealing with constantly. You understand? And we when we were in their land, and now we supposed to tell ourselves like, hold up, man, this is not our culture. This is not the way we supposed to live. Let's change this thing right here. Hey, if you don't mind, can I get Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 7? I was gonna go to Second Kings chapter 17, the split of the nation, because that is a major point in our kingdom. You understand that made us begin to lose our culture right after we came out of Egypt and we set up these, you know what I'm saying? We set up our own city states. Every tribe had their own place where they could go lay, where they could rule, you understand? But we were all one kingdom. And then right after Second Kings, we split, had that civil war, and our brothers from the quote unquote so-called Northern Kingdom, you
Right.
understand, had gotten taken by the Assyrians. And this is the beginning of what caused us to lose all of our heritage. The brothers from the Northern Kingdom had to come all the way over to America. They had to fight the rough seas to come over here just to try to keep the law, statutes, and commandments. And when they got here, they completely forgot them.
Hey, so
They
what your scripture,
completely
sir?
go ahead.
Salaki, if I may say, what was your scripture?
Jeremiah chapter 3, verse 7.
Okay. Okay. You want me to
But
read the
you can
scripture?
go ahead. You go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, please, Dr. Shaw.
All right. Son of a con, this is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 3 and 7. And it reads, and I said after the Salaki, and I said after she had done all these things, turn thou unto me. But she returned not, and her treacherous sister Judah saw it.
You see, understand? That's what I was just talking about right there. So we right on point. It says the Most High said to her after she had done all these things, the Lord look at the nation of Israel like his wife. And to show you that it's something real, the Lord look at the northern and the southern kingdom like both of them are his wives. You
Right.
understand? The Lord got two wives, and he said after she had done all of these things, meaning the so-called northern kingdom, after they had done all that, and I'm talking about they served other gods. This is the losing of our culture. When we
Right.
start to serve a God that is not Yahweh,
Right.
when we start to serve Baal, or when we start to serve the Queen of Heaven, or when we start to serve what's the one with all the breast on her? You understand? The one from Egypt, and she I forgot her name.
All right. I
The
forgot.
Greek goddesses too, Nefertiti, and all of them. When we start
Yes,
serving
sorry.
Zeus, you understand? Ishtar, there you go. Yeah, when we start serving those gods, that is when we start, you understand, the beginning of us losing our culture. That's when we stop wearing the fringes, because the fringes are supposed to remind us to do what? Keep the law.
The law.
So when we start saying, you know what, I don't want to wear these fringes no more because it is a hot iron on my mind that now when these fringes swing, I have to keep this law. But when we start serving the other gods say we don't have to keep the law. There is no law with the other gods. The other gods say all we got to do is sacrifice to them, give our children over to them, abort our children. That's the god of what's his name, Molech,
Molech.
Molech.
Come, Molech.
No. We used to when we served the god of Molech, we used to take our babies and put them on the altar and literally burn them unto the god of Molech. That's what we did. Those were the abortions then.
Right.
That's how we work. And this is us losing our culture. So the Lord said, even after we had done all of those things, he told the northern kingdom to return to him or turn unto me. It said, but she returned not. And her treacherous sister Judah saw it. The Lord called the nation, called the southern kingdom or the tribe of Judah treacherous.
Mm.
Like we are just that was like he knew that we were about to do something worse because we saw what the Northern Kingdom did, and just like black people, just like Haitians, just like who are the Benjamites, the West
Right,
Indians, the Jamaicans, etc. We always gotta outdo everybody.
right,
Like if you look in America right now, right, and you think about it, who's leading number one in every goddamn thing evil pretty much? The white man always bringing up how black people are the most violent per capita and all of this, right? They always say we got the highest blood pressure, we number one in STDs, number one in AIDS, we number one in murder, we number one in all of this, all of these things that's going on, right? Because anytime we do something, we do it to the fullest extent. That means even when we throwing away our culture, we throw it away and you know what I'm saying, leave it in the trash and don't want it no more. And we set it on fire. That's how we do how we do everything. We drop the bombs on it. When we doing good, we the most righteous people on the earth and we can't be touched. That's
right.
how we do. But the Lord said we was treacherous. Keep reading for me.
It's Colonel Wakan, verse 8. And I saw when for all the causes whereby backsliding Israel committed adultery, I had put her away and given her a bill of divorce.
Hold
Yet
up
her
right there. Hold up right there. Y'all see that? The
mm,
Lord said, just to show y'all that I was so right. The Lord said, after all the backsliding, Israel committed adultery, and he had put her away and given her a bill of divorce. This is how merciful the Most High was. If you go into the book of Judges, which we will later, you will see how many times we were taken into captivity, cried unto the Lord. He sent us a judge and then saved us out that captivity. And
right,
then the moment that we got freedom and we got what we wanted, we went right back into
right back,
doing what the hell we wanted to do.
right,
It never fails. It's just like a black person. It's just like any nation of Israelite now, black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. The moment we get into some trouble, the first thing we say is, "God, get me out this trouble," and I never do it again. But the moment we feel free and we feel happy and we feel like everything is all right, we jump right back in the same situation.
mm,
And we say, God, just one more time, God, save me one more time, Lord. One more time. That's just the way we are. That's just our people, stiff necked,
right.
hard headed. You feel what I'm saying? It said the Lord had even given us a bill of divorcement. Give me 1 second. All right, hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna have to cut this camera for just a minute. All right, I'm still here though. Can you hear me?
Colonel Wakan,
All right, so yeah, so the Lord said that you understand He gave us a bill of divorcement because of how treacherous or how treacherous our sister was. You understand? And we watched it, and then watch what we go ahead and do next. Read that scripture. Keep reading for me.
Colonel
In
Wakan.
verse 8.
Yet her treacherous sister Judah feared not, but went and played the harlot also.
You see that? That right there is the Lord said we was treacherous 2 times.
Mm,
2 times were we treacherous. He said we watched Israel go out and play the whore. We watched them go a whoring to other gods. We watched Israel do everything against the Most High. Everything he said don't do, we watched our brothers and our sisters do it. And then you know we said, ooh wee, that looks fun. Let me do it too. And you now the next thing you know, we had to go get some of that too.
mm,
We had to. It said that, but went and played the harlot also. It said we didn't even fear. We saw what the Lord did to the so-called Northern Kingdom. Literally put them in chains, killed their babies, had men rape their women, had grown men die and get murdered, thrown off cliffs, burnt into ashes. You understand? Men, women, and children had to burn with the city.
Mm.
Had to burn in Asher. They had to burn. You understand? In Issachar. They had to burn in all those places and die. When we saw that, blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, and you know what we say. I mean, blacks, you know how we do, right? Every time we see something go happen bad with somebody else, we say, as long as it wasn't me.
Right.
And we say, hey, it could never happen to me too. That's another thing we known for doing. Hey, it couldn't be me.
Right.
Couldn't be me. That's them. You know what I'm saying? They the ones that had to go through that shit. We straight. Not even realizing that we next.
Right. And then
We
again,
next.
sir, if I may, sir, pick about what you're saying. Just think about it. Look at last Thursday. We celebrate. Well, we didn't. Our brothers and sisters celebrate the celebrated Thanksgiving. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's the slaughter of our Northern Kingdom, though. Like what you just said. Well, when they the one died, we didn't get killed. But like you look at like hell, we was in slavery too. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we was in slavery. They was in slavery. Then they, like I said, they murdered the tribe of Gad. They said like the whole Northern Kingdom. They murdered them. You know what I'm saying? And we still
Mm-hmm.
celebrate Thanksgiving. And like I said, we did. Like I said, we go horn out to other nations. What they do, just like you said, we play the heart up to other nations and stuff. And like I
Facts.
said, we got Christmas coming up next. You know what I'm saying? So
Man, and this
yeah,
this the time of the year. So like it, this the time of the year when they got all the holidays finna roll around. You know what I'm saying? This right here is holiday central. This is when the nigga goes broke. You
right.
understand? This is when it happens right here around this time because you got Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's Eve, New Year's. What's the holiday in February that they be doing all the time?
Valentine's Day,
Valentine's Day. You got what's the one in March?
uh, uh, St. Patrick's Day,
St. Patrick's Day. Then you got one back door and get Cinco de Mayo. You
right,
feel what I'm saying?
right.
And then in June, now you might have something. I think it's some in June too. Labor
Juneteenth,
Day. Boom. There you go.
yeah, come
You
on, later.
oh my God, please don't forget Juneteenth. Please don't forget. They done just made it an official nigga holiday, didn't it?
Right. This
Yeah,
is
yeah.
holiday.
Juneteenth just became the official nigga holiday. So I fully understand. Then right after that, you got the love the white man to death holiday. Love the oppressor day.
Right.
July
Fourth
4th.
of
That's 1776.
Right. 4th of July.
Boy, that's the day we put the whole. Remember, we put the whole American flag on. You seen them pictures before. I know you.
Son of a gun,
I know
sir.
you done seen them pictures before.
Son of a gun, sir.
Folks be having the entire American flag on pants, shoes, shirt, socks, headband. You understand? And then they had a hat on with the weed leaf in the front.
Yeah. Then they got the one also with the big old tall like Abraham Lincoln used to wear.
Right, right. Oh man, and how could I forget January, February, March, April, 420?
Oh,
Just
Colonel
crossed
Gun.
my mind. I
Yeah.
can't forget that. 420. That's the day everybody love. These are the things that we going through, man. This is why the Lord said that we went a whoring. Whichever way the goddamn wind was blowing, we were going that way
Right.
to try to, man, get a piece of that, get a piece of this. Let me do this, let me do that. And now we had to pay for it. Can you read verse 9 for me?
All right. Colonel Gun. This book of Jeremiah 3:9, and it reads, "And it came to pass through the likeness of her whoredom that she defiled the land and committed adultery with the stone and with the stocks."
Man, it said we defiled the land. We made the land nasty.
All right, dog.
The Lord said we made the land nasty like a nasty hoe. That's what our land was, and what both tribes were. To the point to where the Lord said, y'all gotta get up out of here. He did us like the Canaanites. Remember when he said the abomination of the Canaanites has not been fulfilled yet?
Come on, remember, yeah.
That's the bomb. He said, turned around and said the same thing about America.
Right,
This is what happened to us every time, man. We couldn't even get our feet set in the land good without the Lord hitting us with the whipping stick.
right,
And it's simply said because we committed adultery with stones and with stocks. This is what it means when it says in Deuteronomy that we would go after gods that we had never known,
right.
even wood and
Come,
stone.
come.
This is what we do. We loved Allah. We loved that damn Christianity, that Caesar Borgia. We
Right,
straight up and down we have sacrificed, black people have literally sacrificed their lives for Islam. Think about Malcolm X. He died trying to be a Muslim.
right,
Straight up and down. Think about, and then even more so, this is even more heartbreaking for the people that celebrate Thanksgiving. Think about all the Hispanics that had to burn at the cross like witches because they didn't want to serve Caesar Borgia.
right,
They did not want to be Catholic,
right,
and they killed them people.
right. And if I may, sir, they think about the Trail of Tears too. When
Ooh.
the late when our sister was pregnant and couldn't
Mhm.
walk no more, and like I said, Thomas Jefferson, which he's a devil. Him and his the people up under him took a pregnant woman
Mhm.
and cut her belly open and got the children, got the Indian baby, ripped it out the woman's stomach and bashed it to the tree. See, we you know, like I said, we went into captivity because of our whoredom, though. All because
Right.
in the Old Testament, because we sinned against the Most High, though. And we be trying
Right.
to, and if I may, we be trying to get people to understand today. If we keep sinning, we gonna start to keep going through all these oppression and stuff, getting murdered in the street. You go to the inner
Thanks.
city of Chicago, you really got devils that's putting guns out there in the middle of the street out there, and like young boys is going by picking them up though, killing each other
Right.
because of the oppression that we go through. All because we sin against the Most High though. That's why we go through this oppression we going through though. And that's why we
No.
the street corners every weekend. We teaching these classes every day for to bring our people back together though. It's one
Mm-hmm.
nation, it's Israel though. That's all I gotta say, sir.
Nah, that man, boy, you on fire. God damn, Salakia. Yeah, you on fire, cause that is the truth right there. The reason why, like, we out here, like you see, we out here every day telling people, look, just change your life
Right,
so that we can get back to what's ours,
right,
so we can get back on top. Even if like one thing I always hear people say is, man, black people ain't got no culture. Black people ain't, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got nothing that's ours. Well, how can we ever have that if all you care about is yourself all the time? Like you don't even give a damn about not following no laws, statutes, and commandments as long as you're happy. You know what I'm saying? That's what most people have a problem with. They don't want to, they think that the commandments are grievous.
right,
They don't care about having to serve no God. They don't serving a God. Man, I'm God. That's how people thinking. I don't
yeah,
even believe in no God. God ain't did nothing for me. I had to get everything myself. I had to do it with, I had to do it, you know what I'm saying, get it out the mud on my own. Had to get it by my lonely, all this type of stuff. Well, then they complete up straight up and down, neglect the most high God and think that well, bad stuff just happened because of what? Karma. They say it was karma. You can't tell them, well, God did it. Well, nah, I don't believe in God. I believe in karma.
mm,
Straight up and down. We can't even serve our own God. And then the thing is, the moment you try to tell them some knowledge, they be like, oh, that's nonsense. But then you tell them karma is a East Indian goddess. Literally.
right,
That's the name of an East Indian goddess. We tell them you should serve the God Yahweh, and they say, oh, that's fake.
right,
But karma's real though.
right,
No sweat. And then this is the thing I remember I was talking to my rib, you know what I'm saying, the other day, and she was telling me about how she was trying to just simply pull some knowledge out about how black people couldn't drink Pepsis or couldn't drink Coke, you know what I'm saying, back in the day. We
yeah,
had to drink Pepsi. You feel what I'm saying? And the first thing that her family tried to tell her is, "Oh, you trying to bring up that occult nonsense? You trying to bring up all that black stuff, and nobody want to hear that stuff. Like it's just something that we just believe, and it's not just pure fact."
Mm,
This is the problem that we have with black people. They
mm.
don't want to hear nothing that does not what the scriptures say. They want soft words.
What that scripture is, Isaiah, ain't it, sir?
I believe so. Yep. I believe so. That sound like it. They want them words that's just soft. That's just sweet. You would need to whisper them sweet nothings so that they can go to sleep. That is what people want. They don't want to have to actually serve. People come up to us all the time, or they hit us in the inbox, or they come up to us on the street. And the first thing that they always say is, "Man, y'all too militant. Y'all too hardcore. Don't nobody want to hear y'all, and y'all doing y'all too hard. Y'all just too hard." And the problem is, to hell with how we saying it. Peep the message, because you didn't have Negroes come out and speak real soft and real kind and real friendly. And excuse my language, but you ever had your mama tell you about when you was younger, "Hey boy, get down off of that,"
Come,
or sit down, about, or sit down. You ever had your mama tell you that?
come.
And you ever not listen to your mama?
I always listen to her, sir. But
No, I'm
sometimes,
saying you know when you were younger and a
yeah,
little boy, and she was like, "Sit down,"
yeah.
and you just
I be hard headed at that time. Yeah, she'll put a
you feel what
spank
I'm
on
saying?
my
That's
time.
that hard headed right there until she had to say, "Sit your ass down," and then when you heard that, you was like, "Oh, mama not playing."
Right,
That is the way that the Lord had to do us.
right,
He had to, you understand, we didn't listen to them soft words. We didn't listen to the words like Martin Luther King gave us and the preacher words and all that.
right,
When the prophets was trying to, when we were trying to come, with some professionalism and talk to you like the white man and all of that, nobody didn't hear us. We had to talk to y'all like niggas because that's what niggas understand.
right.
They understand I'm about to go and get the belt. That's what they understand. That's what we understand. You about to get whooped. We understand that because that makes us straighten the hell up.
And
But when
sir, if
it
I
comes
may,
down
sir,
to no, go ahead.
like I said, if I may, Baba Katah, if I may, I know in the book of in the New Testament where Christ was talking about the desolation with Daniel had prophesied. We look at it like
Mm-hmm.
this here too, sir, if I may. When Christ come on the scene, he comes to these cities. Like whoever want to get this healing. You got some, you get the Sadducees and the Pharisees. Then you have men up under the Sadducees and the Pharisees. They looked at Christ like like the scribe. Like, oh man, this man, he don't know what he don't know what he talking about. He said he the son of God, but Christ was looking at it like this right here. Either you get this knowledge or I'm moving on. You just be lost though. But like
Yeah,
that way he made that prophecy, the desolation and what Daniel had prophesied, because after that, guess what we were doing? Man, these all these heathens around Jerusalem in 70 AD and ramshacked, like we were eating our kids and stuff though. We went right under,
right.
even though we was a captivity up under Rome, Greeks and the Romans, but when Christ died, then like when 70 AD hit, man, we went into a worse of burdens though, man. Like eating our children, we couldn't eat, man. We were eating shoes and it was ridiculous, man. That's what he told us to flee to the mountain though. But the one that was left behind, they stayed there and took all that punishment though. You know what I'm saying? Because we want to hear good words though. Like I said, Christ talked with authority though. He was a hardcore brother. And
That's right.
like some of our people didn't understand it though. That's why Christ talked in parables, because he didn't want everybody to get he didn't want everybody to get this though. You understand
Facts.
what I'm saying? He didn't want everybody to get this though. And I don't understand why the Christian church like Christ did he did such love and kind person though. Like he
Mm-hmm.
loved us, but he wanted to obey the Most High power too. So like I said, that's all I had to say.
Nah, and you right, man. And because you brought it up, I gotta read it because what you brought up is so damn heavy, brother. Let's get this Matthew 24 and 15 real quick. I'm gonna go ahead and read it. You understand? Because you was on point, man. It says, "And because iniquity shall abound." This is now when Christ is speaking this, Israel and damn near lost its culture completely.
Right.
You understand? We arguing about circumcision. We arguing about foods we can eat. We arguing about all kinds of the Holy Spirit. You understand? We arguing about all kinds of nonsense in the land of Israel right now. The Northern Kingdom, so called, then already been dismissed, and you know what I'm saying? They completely came over to America and forgot the tribes. You understand? They didn't forgot all of these things with the generations. And the Southern Kingdom is barely holding on.
Right.
Barely holding on. After we didn't came back into the land after Babylonian captivity, we still were sinners because all of our leaders were sinners.
Right.
The Lord was just showing us mercy and grace until he felt like it was enough and wanted to completely destroy us, which came in, what was it, 70 AD.
10 AD. Right.
You understand? But let me read this. It said, because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. That's how we are today. Like
Right.
love has waxed cold. People are like, imagine when you got hot wax, it's dripping all over you. You
Right.
understand? But think about when you got cold wax, it's damn near like stone. And you smack a brother with some hard wax, you might knock his, you know what I'm saying, knock his brain through his ear.
Right.
Like this, these are the, like think about the somebody's love. Now, black men don't love black women. Black women don't love black men. We hate our black children. Like straight up and down, I've heard so many times, you remind me of your daddy. I can't stand you. How
Right.
many black kids had to hear that growing up? You feel what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Think of how many black men was like, I hate my damn, I don't even want to see my children. Don't give a damn about them. Just think about like all the hell that we have to go through now because our love has waxed cold. It said, but he shall endure, but he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved.
Right.
With this enduring that we talking about, this is the ones that are constantly keeping the commandments, the
Right.
ones that are wearing the fringes, the ones that's not cutting off their beard and getting the line up, the ones that's not sleeping with whores. You understand? The ones that's not turning our women into whores, into whores. You know what I'm saying? You're not being a whoremonger or a whore
Right.
maker, to be specific. You understand? These are the things that are not going on. You are being a real nigga according to the Bible. It said he shall be saved, meaning this: when the time comes, you won't be the one to get your throat slit in the street. You won't be the one to get gunned down and beat and flogged and murdered. You understand? You won't be that one. You will be the one that'll be taken care of and raised up high, and you will have a position under the Lord. You will be a priest. You will be an officer. You will be a trooper. You will be a captain. You will be a general. You will be something like that, or you can be bird food,
Right.
or you can be walking firewood. Either one. It's pretty much your choice. And it says, and this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
Right.
When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation, spoken of by Daniel the prophet, stand in the holy place, whoso readeth, let him understand. Then let them which be in Judea flee into the mountains.
Right.
This is what people got to understand. This is how this right here was really the end of us trying to hold on to our culture. Because once this happened, the abomination of desolation came, we had to flee into Africa, and that was pretty much the end of Israel.
Right.
That was pretty much the end of Yasha Allah, because when we started living amongst them damn Africans on the west coast of Africa, and you know what I'm saying, the Ghanaians and the Nigerians, the Algerians, all these people started to take us. And
Mm-hmm.
before you know it, that damn Spaniard, after he had already given our brothers smallpox, when Christopher Columbus sailed the blue in 1492, you understand, and came with them Spaniards and gave and killed all of our brothers. Who was that? General Hyman. He was teaching class the other day, and he was saying how The Native Americans had given these people turkey and had given these people vegetables and all of these Spaniards and stuff because they were about to die and couldn't survive the winter. And literally, after they had eaten, it took them 3 days before they went and sought out those people and murdered them in cold blood and took the rest of their resources.
Right.
The people who had just fed them, in 3 days, they went and found them people and murdered them.
Yeah. Were they the like so like I said, were they the like the Pocahontas Indians, like in Mexico
Yep,
somewhere? Come on.
come. Yep, that's exactly it.
Right.
Man, but it just blows my mind because I'm constantly thinking about like us losing our culture. You understand? This is like I just think about where we would be today if
Mm.
we actually had a nation.
Right.
You understand? If we actually, like, to be real, if our nation is intact, that really means that we on top,
Right.
or we damn near on the way to the top because we don't have a nation now, and the Lord completely took everything from us. Like, I can't think of anything that literally is ours.
Right.
Like, not a specific food. Like, even I think bananas come from, you know what I'm saying, the Caribbeans or something. You know what I'm saying? At least, even though the Jamaicans, you know what I'm saying, they the 12 tribes too. But damn, at least they got something, even
Right.
though it's nothing.
Right.
You understand? Like the rest of us, I mean, what they gave Mexico a piece of land, but even that piece of land is trash.
Right.
Like
And then you look at
all I'm
there,
really just trying to see is what do we have that's ours.
right. And so like I said, if I may, you look at Puerto Rican, they call that rich poor, but like I said, the oppressor, he don't took over Puerto Rico, and you got some of
Facts.
our brothers, man, living in the sticks out there. You know what I'm saying? Like they don't took
Hmm.
over all the islands, making millions and millions of dollars off our even my brothers off their land. Like they
Yeah.
look at the the rainforest, man. They down there tearing up all them trees, like trees for
Hmm.
like 200 and 300 years. Like they making profit building all these rich houses around here. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the prophet, the devil, the Bible speaks of. So like it, sir.
Oh my, hey, and you so on point, right? I remember this happening. I was reading about this not too long ago. They were saying how before the Spaniards came over here, right? The safari and all that stuff, where the
Rainforest.
Amazon and all these places,
Mm-hmm.
it said that these places were flourishing with cities. Think
Right,
about all them those pyramids that's over here and all
right,
the things that was built. Them people had irrigation and everything.
right.
But they said that when the Spaniards came, they had so like the smallpox killed 9 out of 10 people.
Mm,
9 out of 10 died from smallpox. And so what happened is the populations were so small that the jungle had pretty much out overran all the cities. The plant life couldn't wasn't getting taken care of, so it just grew wild. They were
right,
starting to find and starting to question like why are they finding, let's say they found roses in one part of the city, right? Or one part of the country. They couldn't understand why it was like that until they figured out that it was people that was growing those roses in that one part of the city. But
right,
they got killed off by the damn Spaniards in their diseases.
right,
So now it's just tons and tons of roses that then outgrew the land.
right,
You understand? Because these people then killed every damn body.
right,
This is what happens like when we lose our culture. I remember watching Apocalypto. And I was seeing them Hispanic brothers and the Tainos and all these other brothers, the Arawaks, and they were sacrificing people. You know what I'm
right.
saying? They were cutting
Yeah,
people's heads off, drinking blood, and you know what I'm saying? They were doing everything. I'm like, damn, these are like Africans, man.
right,
These are things that we learned from the other nations,
right,
like sacrificing people, cutting their heads off, cutting their bodies up. You know what I'm saying? Like we were murdering our own brothers to serve like sun gods and the great spirit and all of these things like that. And before you knew it, our people got wiped out. put on reservations, put on the island of Puerto Rico. They said Puerto Rico has become a part of the United States, but you remember when the hurricane happened?
Come, come.
All they literally was throwing tissue paper at them people.
Right.
Trump was shooting the goddamn tissue rolls at the people.
Mm.
Like that is the life that we were living. That's the life that we are living. All because we chose to disobey the most high God and throw away the culture that was ours.
Right.
Like we didn't like speaking Hebrew. So the Lord said, you know what? Speak English. Speak Spanish.
Right.
We ain't like our fringes, so he snatched our fringes off our pants and gave us skinny jeans.
Kenny Jane. Come on. God, just nice.
Like straight up and down. We didn't like the hardcore, you know what I'm saying? We didn't like our garments or none of that. So the Lord put our young boys in halter tops
And rompers.
and rompers. What they call them hoochie daddy rompers at
Yeah.
first. I remember that they had men wearing them damn rompers
Right.
for a whole summer. I remember.
Right. You right,
This
sir.
is what we dealing with, man.
Right, sir.
Completely forgot and threw away our culture. Let's keep moving a little bit so we can get through a couple more verses.
You want me to pull one, sir?
Yeah, what you got?
Okay. Okay. I'm gonna go into the First Kings 11th chapter when Solomon had sinned against the Most High, and that really
Ooh.
pretty much like you said in Second Kings, the First Kings, the 17th chapter. But these kingdom had like we had the northern and southern kingdom. Like you had Solomon. So he was over the southern and the northern kingdom. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go to First Kings 11th chapter.
Mm-hmm.
And
Where
that's
you want me to start
another
at?
reason why we went into captivity. We were beginning to go into captivity. Okay, you go to First King. I'm gonna read the book of First Kings, chapter 11 and 1. It's
I
about
got you.
but King Solomon loved many strange women, together with the daughters of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites. That's so-called Chinese people, the Ammonites. That's so-called Japanese today.
Mm-hmm.
Edomite, that's the white man, and the Zidonians and the Hittite. Those are the Africans. In verse
Right,
two,
African.
it said of it's like first I want to say on First King 11 and 1. Like I said, that's the reason why the kingdom had got split because King Solomon had started marrying all these strange women and stuff. And like I
Mm-hmm.
said, the Most High, he didn't want us dating outside our race. And that's another reason why we went into captivity also because we were dating strange, we were married to strange wives and all, like the different nations and stuff like that.
Right.
And I'm going to verse 2.
Hey,
It's
Salaki.
of, it's of the nation concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye should not go into them, neither shall they come in unto you, for surely they will turn away your heart after their God. Solomon clave unto these love. He clave them and he took onto all they beliefs and all this stuff that he served, started serving Chemosh and all the gods of the Zidonians and stuff. And the Most
Mm-hmm.
High got real angry at Solomon because he supposed to been, he gave him his wisdom and knowledge, and all because he wanted to serve, like marry strange wives and stuff and serve their gods. And like I said, the Most High had split our kingdom up, before
Mm-hmm.
before we went into captivity. Like I said, like you go into the First King, the 17th chapter, he split the kingdoms up, and then like the northern kingdom went into captivity up under the Assyrians, I think. So
Right.
that's another reason why we went into captivity, all called like marrying strange women and serving God, like we've been talking about, tonight in classes though. But you tell people this today, well, you can't date outside your race. Oh man, you talking crazy. We can date,
Hmm.
God love everybody. You know what I'm
We
saying? But
2022.
right. It just man, we just like I said, about we live in this wicked lifestyle. That's why we still in the captivity we are now. Then you tell a black man today, man, you still a slave, man. We ain't no slave. We got a job. We go to college. Hell,
Mm-hmm.
you still a slave up under white. You still a slave up under oppressor. You know what I'm saying? You still a slave. Only thing about it, they just made you like an employee. You know what I'm saying? But you
Right.
still a slave. That's what we call our job of slavery, though, because we didn't look at it like a slave because we go there and make money for to provide for our family. You know what I'm saying? But it's still a slavery because we don't really own in America though. Then you got
Right.
this. You said, well, you got plenty of blacks, Hispanic, and Native American own. Yeah, they own it, but the white man still over them though. He still tell them what to do. Like Michael Jordan. Okay, he's a billionaire, but the white man still tell him what to do though. So we still are slaves up under these people though. We still up under
Right.
oppression though. And that's why, by we serving all these strange gods and following all these different beliefs. You know what? That's why we still in the hell we in now though. But that's all I gotta
Fact.
say, sir. Salaki.
No, you right on point because, and again, brother, you could literally read verse 1, you know what I'm saying, all the way down to like, man, verse 8 or 9,
Yep.
and get the understanding of this thing, like, because this is a heavy verse, a heavy chapter that you pulled. Because let's just look at this, right? So even if you go down and we talk about the Moabites, it said that Solomon, this is how we start to strip away our culture. Like literally, that man said he built high places for the god of Shemosh, which
Emo.
is the abomination of the Moabites. And then it talks about he burnt incense to the god Ashtaroth, the god of the Zidonians. You know what I'm saying? Milcom, the abomination of the
Yeah, I'm
Amorites.
like Japanese.
All of these different gods is what made us serve. You know what I'm saying? So let's look at things that these nations, you know what I'm saying, to put it more simple, what people don't understand is, right, they think going to serve other gods mean you literally sitting down or getting on your knees and saying, ah, Shemash, Shemash, Shema. No, you know what I'm saying? What serving this God mean is doing what the hell he wants you to do.
Mm-hmm.
That's simple. That's what that serving that God is. So let's look at the God, one of the things that the Moabites do. Let's look at blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians leaving our culture and going into the culture of the Moabites, of which my brother just said is the Chinese. What do we do when we start living like the Chinese? Eating goddamn frogs, cats, and dogs,
Shrimp, crab,
shrimp, crab, and lobster, catfish,
calamari, squid,
man, every damn thing in the sea that we can find.
trash.
Squid, like you said, yup, calamari, all that.
Trash.
This is what we do, man. This is what we following the Moabites. Now, just to show y'all, that's not our culture.
Right.
That's not the culture of the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, aka the Israelites.
Right.
That's not our culture. And then let's look at the other nations. It says the Ammonites. They the same damn near as the Moabites. They eat the same things too.
Yep.
And we follow them. Think about all the people that want to be like the Japanese right now. All the Negroes. Like I remember in the 70s and the 80s, black people were man one. Remember the last dragon?
Oh yeah, Bruce Lee.
Bruce,
Yeah.
Bruce Leroy.
Yep. The
We
Kung Fu
wanted to
Panda.
be Asian so damn bad.
Mm-hmm.
Every Wu-Tang clan, they
Yep.
made a whole goddamn album about fighting Chinese.
Yep.
This is what we dealing with.
Right.
And so when we go into the Edomites, this is our biggest love right here. Them
Right.
damn Edomites. We wearing they Wrangler jeans, wearing they goddamn, you know what I'm saying? We doing everything they want us to do. We eating a pig. Oh, we love that pig now.
Yeah, man.
Just think about how much that damn Edomite advertising that pig. It's on billboards. It's on TV. It's on the back of buses. It's everywhere you look. You can't get a damn sandwich without it having pork on it. You
Yep.
can't, matter of fact, you can't get lotion
Yep.
without it having pork in it.
And gummy, them little gummy bears too. Thing,
Man, oh my God,
them little
every
furry.
gum. Oh, I used to love gummy
I
candy,
did
man.
too. Yeah.
And then this is the thing. You can't even just look at the back of the ingredients no more and just say, "Oh, it got gelatin in it. I can't eat it." Nah, hell no. Nah. You gotta find Trick 9. You gotta find Strychnine. You gotta find this exclusive lucidum. What I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's just they got so many damn names for pig now.
Mm-hmm.
They'd be like, well, we just used the tail, so we got a 14-letter name or letter word for just the tail of the pig that we put into the lotion, or that we put into the gummies, or that we put, you understand, into every damn thing.
Right.
I remember a brother told me, now this is not unlawful, you know what I'm saying, to use, but I remember a brother told me that they was using brushes or they used boar's hair to make the goddamn hairbrush.
Yeah. Yeah.
Brother, they cut the hair off the damn pig and make a brush with it.
Yep. She'll do it.
This, you know what I'm saying? The Edomite got us celebrating all of his holidays that we just spoke about. He got us speaking his language. He got us doing each and everything that he want us to do. We shut down all of our black businesses just to go and eat in his establishments.
Right.
We stopped sleeping with black women just to sleep with white women.
Right.
Like
Exactly.
straight up and down. The term bed wench is not even a term no more. Now they got the black women calling the white men zaddy.
Yeah, I hear that.
They calling him zaddy. Like what the hell? And then just if we could get into the last two, like the brother when you brought up earlier, those African nations, just think about, we got the, you feel what I'm saying? We got all of these customs and things that we get from these other nations. And now when it come down to it, like Adam and Eve, we didn't cover ourselves in leaves, and now we
Right.
don't even recognize what's our own goddamn
Right.
culture.
Right.
We don't even know what is our culture because we done took so much from every other culture. It's like, what? How are we gonna identify anything that's Israelite?
Right.
This
Sure,
is
no,
why, like, when,
that what you bring out is super heavy. I forgot to. I was thinking about that about the Adam and Eve. Then I will precept with Ezekiel the 31st chapter. But like I said,
mm-hmm,
yeah, you know we'll get on another topic though another time. Yeah, but that was another time we went. You know, like I said, we went like you know when Adam and Eve had sinned and took on other nations, took on the other customer, other people that was around the Garden of Eden. That was the Most High really kicked us. Really, you know, he kicked us out that land though. We still started, you know, being just like you know, just like those people that was around the Garden of Eden though. You know what I'm saying?
right.
But it's you know, it's like that we've been the Most High been putting us in captivity ever since the Book of Genesis though. But you know, though we got priests and prophets today, you know, up under command of General Hunter, like want to
That's
bring
right.
all our people back together. We be one stick. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gotta be living
Mm-hmm.
like we ain't gotta be living like all these oppressors around here, though, man. Like observing the holidays and all that nonsense. But you know what? Like I said, you know they like you said earlier, they want to hear the smooth thing. That's why all them go to church all the time.
Right.
You know, you got every church. I got it like on this road. I live in the country. We got like 3 or 4 churches on this road. This road probably like I say like 8 miles long. You got like three or
That's
four churches on this
crazy.
road though. Cause they want to hear smooth words though. They don't want to hear no. They don't want to hear no harsh word. You know, you keep doing this right here. You know, you gonna, you know, the Most High will continue to keep, you know, putting all this burden on you. You know what I'm saying? We gonna be still going
Right.
through all these hard times. You know, but they want to give us the smooth words though, sir. Salaki.
Oh yeah. No, but don't nobody want to hear stop doing this or you'll die.
Right,
They want to hear keep doing that so you can live.
right.
That's what they want to hear. People don't like hearing don't do that.
Mm-hmm.
They like hearing, oh, that's good. Keep going.
Right.
Even if it's destroying them. They don't people
Salaki, sir. If
don't
I
give a
may bring this
damn,
scripture out,
man.
God hates the sin, but not the sinner. That was
Oh, that's
one
the one.
Christian 101. God loves us. Well, he hates the sin, but not the sinner.
That's the
That's
one.
so
That's
much garbage.
who we.
We got all kind of scripts on this, sir.
Right. Right. Hey, I ain't gonna sweat it. If you want to pull one shit, go ahead and pull it. Cause
Oh,
I'm gonna pull my last one and then I'm gonna end it out.
yeah, you go ahead, sir. What you
Most
gonna
High in
talk?
Christ. Can we get Judith in the Apocrypha?
Yeah.
Let's get Judith chapter 5, verse 20. Because I just want to show everybody why we in the situation that we in. We did a damn good job explaining that tonight. You understand? But the point is, like, when we follow all these cultures, Matter of fact, let me just say this point right here before we get to scripture. Look at black culture and what we call black culture. It is the most destructive shit in the world. Excuse my language, but it is the most destructive culture in the world. Black people say, I ain't gonna snitch on you, even though you murdered everybody I know. Black culture says you can kill my mama, rape my daughter, and I'm still not gonna snitch on you. Black culture says let's go out, get as drunk as we can, get as high as we can, because YOLO. Black culture says let every woman have sex with every man and accept it.
Right.
Black culture says be rappers, be singers, be gangsters, be whatever the hell you want to be, homosexuals and lesbians, and it's okay.
Right.
That's the you know why it's black culture? Because it's white culture.
Right.
That's why it's black culture. It's black culture because it's oppressor culture. We do everything that they did. Like we have become them. Like we speak with such a dialect. You know what I'm saying? We speak good English. I remember black people making fun of other black people because they speak English. I remember Hispanics making fun of other Hispanics because they can't speak Spanish.
Right.
Like they not speaking some white man language.
Right.
Like Spanish is not like Spanish, they were just born speaking Spanish. Not a Taino spoke Arawak, from what I remember.
Right.
And then speak goddamn Puerto Rican.
Right.
That's what
Right.
I remember. Go ahead.
Hey, what that scripture is Judas 5 and what?
Judith 5, and we can start at verse 20.
20. Okay, come on, come on. Okay, this book of Judas, chapter 5 and 20, and it reads, Now therefore, my Lord and Governor, if there be any error in this people's, and they sin against their God, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
Salakia. Brother, this is one of the most important scriptures that we done brought out tonight. Please read this one more time. I want every just understand. Remember when we were growing up, black people, and our mothers and our fathers told us a hard head make a soft ass, meaning that if you do something wrong, they gonna find out about it and you gonna get in trouble about it. And like just saying that if you are wrong, you're gonna pay for it.
Right.
This is what we have to understand, black people. The reason why we believe in karma so much is because we know that, like we say in our or we say all the time, we was kings and queens. We was kings. We always saying that. That's what we love. But we know that for some reason we not kings no more. For some reason we became slaves. We do understand that. So we know that the reason why we believe in karma so goddamn much is because we know that we was kings and we became slaves.
Right.
So we must have did something wrong. But we just don't know who we did wrong to. That's the problem that we having. So we don't know how to correct it because we know that we just did it wrong and we used to be kings and now we were slaves. And now we saying that we free. This is the problem that we having as people. As a people, this is the issue that we having. So now, one thing that we have to see right here is that when we do wrong, if there is any error in us, what he say again? If it's any error in his people,
We'll go to verse 20. Read verse 20 again,
now
sir.
read it again. If there is any error in his people,
Okay. 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 You mean verse 20, right?
oh, I believe so. When he said, "Let us go up,"
Okay. Okay. Salaki. Okay. It said, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them.
If it is any problem with us, if we committing any sin, if we believe in karma, then it says that these people can overtake us, man. Because
Mm,
we ain't thinking about war no more.
yep.
Our God is a man of war.
Right.
So we are a warlike people. Now think if we serving all these other gods of relaxation, all these other gods that got us constantly pumping out nothing but dopamine. You understand? Nothing but everything that makes us feel good inside our body. We feel euphoric all the time. We ain't thinking about war. So what that mean? People come up and take us over. And I just want to say this before we end, black people. And I want to ask you one question, Hispanic. And I want to say one statement, Native American. And that is this. If we believe in karma so much and karma is real, then why the white man ain't got his goddamn karma yet?
Right.
Why he ain't got his?
Damn right.
He done did us so damn wrong. Why we the only ones that get karma? Why? Why we the only ones that have to go through stuff and struggle? Why? Why karma only give a damn about us? But karma don't care about what the white man did. He been 400-500 years and ain't nothing happened to him yet. Karma can't be real, man. But there must be another force out there that is attacking us right now because of the way that we living right now. I heard some fool say, "Don't try to tell me that something we did thousands of years ago got us messed up." No, nigga, look how we living right now. We need to figure out what the hell wrong with our people and actually get back to that, get back to the solution.
Right.
Because for some reason, we the only ones getting karma. We the only ones getting it. Everybody else thriving.
Right.
They coming over here living wonderful lives, brother.
Mm.
Living wonderful lives. But
That's
niggas are
definitely man.
dying at an astronomical rate.
Right.
It's
So
making me sick. I'm not understanding it. Salaki, you got something, brother?
no, I was saying, so I was just picking back off what you saying out here. You got the African man coming over here, man. He doing good too. That old Hamite, they come over, they doing good. They doing way better than we doing.
Facts.
You got matter of fact, you got them, you got them devils that got bombed on that last year. You got some of them that come over here, man. They shoot, they scribing like crazy over here, man. Shoot.
It ain't no way in hell the damn the Arabs are they claim the ones that did 9/11 in 2001 and now they own all the goddamn gas stations.
Every last one of them.
I can't even get gas without them telling me, no, it's $5. I can't, brother, I cannot get a goddamn chicken biscuit without some African selling it to me or some East Indian.
Yep.
I can't get black chicken no more. They got
Right.
all the nigga chicken sold up.
Yep. Sad part about, sir, if I make sure, here they got our brothers and sisters back there cooking.
Oh my God.
Good Lord. Got
Brother,
you can tell in the
this
depth they got our brothers and sisters back there cooking goddamn chicken.
I remember reading who was it? It's some doctrine. I forgot what it's called. The Mormon doctrine.
Mm.
When you go into the Mormon Bible, right? It says that the reason black people are in slavery the way that we are, and the reason we so destroyed the way we are, is because we fall under the curse of Ham. This is what they said, right? So they were saying that black people fall under the curse of Ham, and because of that is the reason that we are in servitude under every nation. I'm gonna tell you something. If we was weak-minded, we would damn near believe it. Because for some reason, niggas is under every nation that come to America. It's
Right.
damn near like we are the service and under the curse of Ham. But our curse is way heavier than that. We have become more than servants. The Lord has taken us and given us the curse of Israel. That's straight up and down. He gave us 15 verses, 15 all the way to 60. How many verses is that? Let me see, 25, 35, 45, 55, and 65, which is 50, 50. So 45 verses of ass whooping.
Right.
45 verses of it is what the Lord gave us.
Right.
He was specific. The Lord said we would have blasting and mildew, pestilence. You ever lived in the damn ghetto and had an STD?
Right.
This is what we gotta go through.
Right.
You ever not known your daddy? Your mama was ever a prostitute? Your sister ever did drugs, hard drugs? Well, welcome to Israelite life.
Yep. And if I may, sir,
You ever knew a crack baby? Go ahead.
right. And if I may, I'm picking back off what you're saying, sir. If I may, you go okay. You talking about like the book of Deuteronomy 28 chapter, starting
Yep.
from like 16 to 68, like what you said, like damn, the so-called wannabe Jew man today, yeah, he didn't go through all these curses. So,
None of them.
so I'm saying we've been going to church all these years. Why haven't that Christian pastor told? Why haven't that Christian pastor opened the book of Deuteronomy 20 chapter and told us all these blessings and sins though? Because
Facts.
the so-called Jew, the wannabe Jew, hell, he ain't go through all these curses.
I ain't never seen him serve wood and stone.
Serve nothing. Like you got black people got to understand reading this Bible, like in the book of Ezekiel. I think Ezekiel, the 25th chapter, when we were serving Tammuz, the god of Tammuz.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we served all these different gods. Let the sad part about we were still the Most High put us in captivity, sir, and we still serve other gods. The only thing He want to do is come back to Him. We couldn't even do that though. Just like
Nah.
today, we go through all this oppression. Because you know what? Don't nobody want to listen to I should be careful under command of General Hunter. Oh, we so
Right.
crazy. We didn't go on the street talking crazy. But we teaching you facts out this Bible though. You know what I'm saying? What
Right.
I'm saying? We ain't like you said earlier. We ain't like the Christian church giving you all these smooth and soft words and all this right here. We teaching you hardcore facts out this Bible though.
We ain't even got no music. That's right.
With no music. And then, goddamn it, you can get it for free. You come and get this for
Mm.
free. Get on online class and get it for free. The
Mm.
sad part about it. But you can't give us a small donation, but we give we on the airways giving you this truth, breaking down John
Right.
3:16, giving you the description of the color of Christ, telling the salvation
Yeah.
only for Israel, for blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. But you know what? They want to
And
hear this
niggas love
bullshit.
free stuff. I don't understand why they ain't eating it up.
Man, they should be eating this up, man.
Like that's
Every
I'm
brother,
telling
the slave were hard in Mississippi and Alabama. Man, you
you.
all
Mm.
have every brother. We all have, man, our school should be flooded with brothers and sisters from Mississippi and Alabama though. And
Right.
we giving it to you for free.
Yeah. That's the thing about it, brother.
Wow.
Our people love free stuff, but they don't like free stuff that make them let me see, like let's just say if I gave them some free, but they had to work for it. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it's kind of like a nigga wanna I'll take it free.
Thank you. Went out, sir.
That's how they coming, man. And the problem, you know what I'm saying, with blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians is that we not realizing that, you know what I'm saying, we always hear and we all believe, whether people say they Christians, whether they say they Muslims, whatever, we always say it is the end of days. It's the end times. Everybody knows that. Even the damn white man got a clock, a doomsday clock, and it's 3 minutes from 12.
Yeah, I remember seeing
That
that.
jump been clicking, ticking for years. It was hours away. Now, for some reason, it's 3 minutes from doomsday.
Right.
For some reason. You know why? Because they know what's going on in this earth.
Right. And if
The
I may,
people are
sir,
starting to wake up. Go ahead.
if I mean, because like sir,
You
because
talk.
the reason why they talk about that clock, I think you go to the book of Second Ezra, I think the 11th chapter, the 14th verse, and it says
Mm-hmm.
it's 12. Some I'm sidebarring, but I'm thinking they got their clock. And you gotta look at the oppressor, he know this Bible. He read the book of Second Ezra, the 11th chapter. Like
Thank you.
he knowing the time is coming though. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying?
Thank you.
He knowing the time is coming. So I think it's Second Ezra, the 14th chapter. I think I'm gonna
Now
read
that's
it.
right. I believe it is. I believe it is.
Yeah,
But that's the thing. For some reason, everybody believing it except us.
yeah,
But that's why the scriptures say, as during the time of Noah.
right,
Remember, it was saying, like during the time of Noah, people gonna be marrying, giving in marriage, people
right,
gonna be drinking and partying and doing whatever the hell they want to do. That's what America is, a big party.
right,
It's just, you got plenty of cities that never sleep now. Lights and cameras and action and everybody, even now on Twitter, you can buy a blue check for $8 to be famous. Straight up and down. You ain't even gotta be famous no more. You can be whatever you want to be in America. You can wake up tomorrow and be a woman
yep,
as a whole man. And a matter of fact, you ain't gotta change nothing about yourself. You can still like women. You can still have a penis. You can still keep your deep voice. You can still be masculine. As a matter of fact, you can be a homosexual woman. You know what that means, Zabak? You can still be a man.
right. That's right.
You can just identify as a woman that sleeps with women,
Yep,
and people will call you a woman.
yep.
Where the hell are we living right now, brother?
Yep. Bad, bro.
This is the land that we living in. This is what we doing as a people, and we just accepting it as we go. I've heard black people. Now, it totally shocked me to hear black people call a man a woman. We ain't never been about that.
Mm-mm.
Black people used to beat up homosexuals that used to come down the block in the 80s.
Right,
I know we used to catch homosexuals and beat my brother. Now it's like, nah, you gotta. I remember she said this. I'm like, that's man though. Yeah, you right, but she said she a woman. Whoa. And then you hear straight up warriors, straight up, well, so-called warriors, men in the world, talking about, well, I ain't gonna say nothing against it, just don't bring it around me. Nah, brother, you agree with it then.
right. You
I'm
fool.
a straight up nigga. I'm gonna let you know I don't want it around me. I'm gonna speak about it. I hate it. It's disgusting. You know what I'm saying? I would say the F word on here, but I don't want to get us cut.
Right,
All of that, man. That is the way that they doing it, man. Our people have got to have some kind of ground. Like we got to draw some kind of line in the sand that says that we do this or we don't. We this people or we're not this people. But the thing is, there are so many ideologies within the black community today. And this is why when you were saying earlier, I'm gonna say this and I'm gonna end mine. When you said a few minutes ago that people just don't want to listen to the ISUPK under commanding General Yohana, I'm glad you said that because it is a true statement. People don't want to listen. But one thing I know for sure is that they are going to have no choice but to listen
right,
because a time is coming when the prophets of the Most High God, the priests and prophets of the ISUPK are not going to be on the corners. We're not going to be in the streets. We're not going to be nowhere for you to see us. And people are going to be thirsting and hungry and starving and dying. And
right,
you know what we're going to be doing? Taking care of each other.
right,
The Lord going to take us off them street corners and say, that's enough talking.
right,
Y'all done did too much talking and people didn't hear you. He said it's gonna be a time when we gonna gather, and then it's gonna be a time when we gonna hunt.
right. Damn right,
And that's what the time is coming to right now.
right,
And so the people, our people that don't want to gather with us, or our people that don't want to hunt with us, you are going to become food. Straight up and down, you are going to become this. We're gonna look at you the same way we look at an East Indian.
Right.
The same way we look at an Edomite, the same way we look at any other nation that is not Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian. You ever seen a white man or a Black man walking with a white girl and kiss her in the mouth, and you ever felt like ill? Like, ugh. That's how we gonna look at y'all.
Right.
And it's already young men and young women that are being born every day into the ISUPK. You should see our baby rate. Goddamn.
Oh
These
my.
brothers and sisters pumping these babies out like they don't even, I mean, come on.
Right.
And we ain't never heard of contraceptives in the UPK.
Right.
Ain't no condoms, ain't no birth control, ain't no pills, ain't nothing. We are straight tied fire to that tail.
Right.
You understand? And bringing these prophets and priests and these princesses into the earth so that we can change everybody's, you understand, the dynamic of the way people live, man.
Right.
That's what we here to do. If we can't force you Negroes and talk to y'all and make y'all do it, then we just gonna outbreed you, goddamn it.
Goddamn right.
We just gonna breed you out of the damn living. We gonna breed you out of the gene pool until we got all Israelites back on the earth again.
Goddamn right.
If we have to. If you
Right.
ain't hearing the words, and then I tell you what, we gonna keep trying to outbreed you. But if that don't work, man, Christ gonna return.
Right. That's right.
And when I tell you, how many people supposed to, they say 2/3, isn't it? Oh,
2/3.
2/3. That's scary, brother.
Scary, man.
That's very scary because we talking about what is 2/3 of 40 million? Like 30 million or something like that?
30 million. Come on. 30, like 40 something million.
Yeah. So just think about that. And our people, and that's just black people alone that's in America. Not
Right.
including Hispanics and Native Indians.
Right.
So imagine out of 40,000 people, out of 40 million black people, 30,000 dying.
Right.
20,000, 25,000 black people dying. 25 million black people dying, excuse me.
Right. Come on.
All because we said ain't no God.
Right.
Man, I'll be damned if I'm one of them. I'll be
Uh,
damned. You got anything else you want to bring out, brother, before we wrap it up?
Allah, sir.
Man, most high in Christ, man. You understand? We can get back at it on Wednesday. You understand? Wednesday, we going to be going into the law. So everybody will understand this is what we do. Monday is history. Wednesday is law. Friday is Hebrew class. So make sure you strap up for that too.
Right. Come on.
But without that, you know what I'm saying? If there's nothing else, man, if I could just real quick, men of Israel Amajim, men of Israel Barak, Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah Barakatham, Yabya Matah, turn and face the sisters, men of Israel, Amajim, Amajim Shabbat, Amajim, Barak, Yahweh Shema Lathan Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shah.
Shot.
And with that, Yahweh Matah, hands down, and class dismissed. I appreciate you, Op.
All right. Lord, Lord of Christ.
I'll see you Wednesday, brother.
All right. Lord of Christ.
All right. Shalom, Lord of Christ. That was a good hour.